Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing Composition from Coo Games, designed by Matt Hocker. So of course we're going to have to answer several questions about composition. One of them being, what is composition? How does it play? Who is it for? And would I keep playing it? So what is composition? Composition is a word game where you are constructing words from cards in order to basically get more points than other people that are around you. There's a lot more to it, but we'll get into that in just a second. So it comes with 102 note cards, 30 crescendo cards, 12 award cards, 9 ovation cards, a ghost note, 1 baton card, 75 roses, 1 tracker, 5 cheat sheets, player guides. I always appreciate those, and a rule book. Composition. Most of the characters are animals, with the exception of this lovely lady here and this elf who unfortunately has a tomato in her face. So, all right, let's open the box and see more of what composition is. I already read off all the contents that are in the box. I'm sure everyone watching this has committed all of those things to memory, and that me going over this is a complete waste of time. But the fact that even I forgot what I read means that it might be worth going over again. So these are your maestros. The only human maestro is the masked maestro. Her ability is to take up to 4 shuffled cards from all the other maestros and begin with 4 cards. So every maestro has a different ability. Hers is she starts with 4 random cards, but it has to be 1 vowel. All the other maestros, their letters are them. So the elf has ELF, Rex, you can see the letters that are there, Hog, but the powers make a difference. So this, for example, the Hog can start off with 3 chorus slots. Chorus slots are cards that carry in between rounds. Everybody by default has 2. The Hog can get 3. That makes sense. So I'm not going to go over all their abilities, but they're pretty cool. So like the sun's ability it starts off with more money. Well, currency, the roses. So those are the maestros. This is the ghost note, which is like a wild card. It can take the place of any other letter you wish. These are the nice roses. So of course I subverted all expectations and put the blue in the red cup and the red in the blue cup. So yeah, mix it up on you there. So they're very nice. These are worth 1 point. These are worth 5. There's less of the ones that are worth 5. That just makes sense. These are how you're going to purchase. Well, I'll have to go over those now. Crescendo cards. These are like special cards that are blind buys, except for, I think the Ram's ability is to look at one of the crescendo cards. So these are the crescendo cards, which can be purchased for 5 roses, essentially. So I went over crescendo. These are some of the other crescendos, except for, well, these are a mixture of crescendo and just note cards. These are some of the Take That cards. They're all tomatoes, various abilities. We often are selective on which ones we play with because some of these are pretty mean, but you know, you can make it harder for yourself, make it harder for other people. It's up to you. I just kind of section those out. So these are the tomato cards, which is on theme for the whole idea of a performance. This is the baton card. This indicates who the first player is. Should have put lotion on my hands, but we're here now. These are the player guides, the cheat sheets. And then these are the actual note cards, I believe, that you will use to spell. There'll be 1 of these for every player in the game, I believe. And then I'll get over that. You'll get more as the game goes on, but there's a lot of them because, you know, we have a lot of options to spell words, and there's some combinations, BL, CK, and then some of them have little note symbols on them, if you can see that. And if you get certain pairings or groupings of those, they're worth you can score even more points. And then this is the actual focus of the game. The focus of the game is to get award cards. So these are cards that you can purchase for 20 roses. There's a subset of these available in the multiplayer game. All of them are technically available in the single player. I'm not going to go over that now. I will do a video of just a solo game, but not right now. So these can be purchased. The ones with the locks can be purchased and become a permanent part of your, I'm getting all the terminology mixed up, so forgive me, your performance, excuse me, that you can carry forward and always have those. These are things that you can earn by spelling certain words. So if you spell a word with 3 vowels or more, you would earn this card. Spell a word with 5 letters or more that begins and ends with a vowel, you would earn this card. Those are the components of composition. I guess the next logical thing to go over is, how does it play? This is essentially a setup for a 2-player game where you'd have 5, for 2 or 3 player game, you'd have 10 ovation cards. You'd have 5 of each. So you have 5 of the ones you can buy and then 5 of the ones you earn. I'll go over the composition tracker. Well, I'll just say what it is now. You basically take a note and a rose, excuse me. I should know the difference. And you place it on the tracker. So the tracker is 2 through 11. And based on how many people you have playing, that's where you put the rows. So if 2 people playing, every time somebody earns one of these cards, this tracker moves up and you add an additional note card out. So it will grow, giving more options, longer words, more complexity, that kind of thing. And you still just keep the 2 crescendo cards, which cost 5 roses a piece, and the ghost note. How the ghost note works is it costs 1 rose to buy the ghost note. So whoever has the baton is the first player to pick. They can spend, everybody also gets a single rose to start. They can spend their single rose, pick up the ghost note if they wish. Or if the ghost note happens to be the last card left, whoever's turn it is to pick gets to just get the ghost note for free. That happened a couple of times when we played, but not frequently. Having a wild card is pretty useful. So I'm sort of cramped on space of how I'm trying to frame everything. So if you imagine there were 2 spaces to the left of my maestro, these are spaces where you could keep cards, crescendo or regular note cards for subsequent rounds. Everybody has 2 spaces by default. The Hog's ability is they have 3. So you can store up to 3 different cards going into other rounds, which is pretty useful. So let's say I have the baton, it's my turn. I don't know what I would, I don't even know what I would spell here. I would probably buy the ghost note, but I had better letters. I should have planned better. All right, through the convenience of being in control of this, I have made a decision and pivoted. Here we are. You can't do that in a real game. But for showing an example, yeah. So let's say I go first. I would take the N. All right, so I get the N and put it down here in my area. I'm mix the terminology. I guess my performance area, what have you, where I'm building my word. Let's say the second player would take. Should adjust these over here. Would take the U, so they're over here. Pretend the U's over here. That's my DualShock 4 trying to get in the shot. Get out of here. What are you doing? All the other controllers are behave. And then because no one bought the ghost note, I would get it. Yay me. Now, nobody can afford to get a crescendo card because you have to have, they're blind buys, as you can see, and you have to have $5 to buy them. 5 roses, excuse me. So I still have my single rose, and now I construct a word. Also, the ghost note cannot be carried forward. It's only usable that round and goes back up for everybody to potentially acquire. So not that I really have that many great options, so I'm going to spell the word. So I put my letters up here, push it up to show that I'm ready. You figure I would have used, well, I have the ghost note. This is my word. I'm spelling the word nog as an egg, nog, you know, the most beloved of all nogs. That's a fact, right? Anyway, so I would get 2, 3, 4 points for that. So 4 roses. So because I have 1 already, I just turn that in and just take 5. So yay, 4 roses. And everybody would go around and spell their words. Once you actually do spell your word, you want to see if you can meet any of the requirements to earn any of these cards. None of those things happen. That would stay the same because nobody earned any ovation cards. This would go back down here because this is a locked card, and then this will go here. You would deal out 2 more letters. I did a great job shuffling, by the way. And the game will continue. So who is composition for? I feel like composition is for people who definitely like word games already. People who may be fans of something like Quiddler, games like that, or even things like Scrabble. People who just like word games, I think, would definitely enjoy this game. People who are a little more casual about it, I think, would also appreciate this game on level. I think it's wide open. I think it speaks to an audience who definitely is hardcore about spelling word games, and people who are a little more, I play words with friends every now and then. I think they dig it as well. The art is really nice. It has an inviting look to it. And then the last question, of course, is would I play it again? Of course I'll play this game again. I think this game is fantastic. I feel like the designer, Matthew Hocker, did a really good job balancing things out between being something that appeals to more seasoned word player gamers and more casual word player gamers. I think it works on both levels. Probably already tipped my hat and showed my hand. I do like the artwork in the game. I think it's very well done. The artist is Olivia Raum, was the character artist. So Olivia did a great job with that. And the graphic designer was Becky Titus. So Becky and Olivia both did a really fantastic job. In this game, I think Matt did a great job designing it as well. It really does kind of fit in both camps of casual and more seasoned players. And even though the box does say 2 to 5 players, I have not really explained it at all, but there is a solo mode, a solitaire variant, which is in the instruction book. It's not something somebody made up. Like it's in there, where you lay out all the ovation cards, because there's many more. And basically that's sort of your timer. So every round you purchase things as normal. You still have to purchase crescendo cards, 5 roses. Ghost notes still costs 1 rose. But every round you flip over one of the ovation cards. So whether you earn one or not, every round one gets flipped over. And that's sort of the timer bringing you to the end of the game. I guess if I had to think about something that I didn't like as much was a detractor, was some of the abilities didn't really click with me initially. Like the hog is simple. You get 3 core slots, meaning you can carry an extra card in between rounds. That's fairly simple. But the cat, if you are not holding the baton, you may draw 2 roses to place on any cards in the composition before maestros take from it. These roses are gained with the cards. I could not for the life of me understand what that meant. I did reach out to the designer who explained it to me. And I'm glad that it's advantageous that I was able to do that, but I feel like somebody at home might just be very confused. What that really meant is the cat can essentially take roses from the pool and put them on different cards. So if you really want, well, let's pretend this wasn't a U. Okay. Well, I can just do that by doing this. Let's say they really want that B. If they're not the first player, meaning they're not holding the baton, they could put a rose on the U, incentivizing other players to take that before they take the B. Or they could put a rose or 2 on a crescendo card, making this 3 roses instead of 5. The issue with doing that is they're also making it cheaper for anyone who does it, because it's not just for them, it's for, they don't have the baton. So if they're after the player who's going first, they're sort of hedging their bets that they're not going to do that and they're going to take something else. It's unique. Once I had it explained to me, I thought that was pretty cool. It's just reading the actual text on the card, it was hard to understand a use case for it. I guess the other thing would be, I do wish there was a baton that came in the box, but probably for cost and manufacturing reasons, there's a baton card as opposed to a baton. So one minor complaint, one really extremely nitpicky thing. So I'm sorry if that seemed petty. The video must continue. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I do appreciate it. Yeah, if there's something should be on screen right now, you can click on to watch more videos, leave comments, reasonable comments, constructive criticisms. I already mentioned I should have put lotion on my hands, so that doesn't need to be said because, well, I call myself out for it. But in the times we're in right now, the body clock is all weird. Everything is kind of weird right now, so doing the best I can. So yeah, it's gonna do it. Thank you for watching. Take care. Stay safe out there. Listen to the GameEnthus podcast. Be blessed.